All hope is not lost yet. If you want to see John Cena versus AJ Styles, it looks to be something John Cena is pushing for. Cena asking fans their thoughts on hashtag Cena versus Styles. Now, obviously putting it as a hashtag means that he wants other people to use the hashtag, and if other people use the hashtag and WWE see the demand, we might get that match. And so we should. Especially if it's a match that John Cena wants on John Cena's retirement tour, right? It's going to be interesting, though, because when could that match take place? It might be John Cena's final match in December. It could be Crown Jewel in Perth. WWE are advertising Cena for that show. He's on the poster, if you look here, right in the middle. But obviously, he's got no appearances on Raw or anything prior to the show. So could it be that WWE is wanting us to push the movement of hashtag Cena versus Styles so we then get that match unannounced at Crown Jewel? Maybe? Let me know though in the comment section down below. Would you like to see Cena and Styles one more time? Cody and Seth face to face to start off this week's Monday Night Raw. And do you know what? I love this. We expected this to happen because at Crown Jewel they will go one-on-one for the Crown Jewel Championship. Champion versus champion. But tonight's promo just reminds you the history between Cody and Seth. And that is going to take this to the next level. This isn't just throwing a match together. There is a really big story here between Seth and Cody. And that's what was said tonight during tonight's promo. You had Cody and Seth reliving WrestleMania, the Hell in a Cell match, and even Seth Rollins playing his part in Cody winning the world title. Seth said at Crown Jewel, there's only one alpha and that's him. And obviously he did say by any means necessary, obviously implying the vision. Cody did say, look, we've always faced each other one-on-one. Will it be one-on-one in Perth? And I really like Seth, obviously showing us the WrestleMania 40 watch that Cody bought for him. He bought one for The Rock and for Roman as well, I believe. Just Seth trying to get into the mind of Cody Rhodes tonight. Did the segment go long? Potentially you could argue that. But do you know what? I don't care. There is a lot of history here and you have to detail it. You have to outline it. If you're new to wrestling and you don't know that history, WWE has to tell you it, and this promo did a very good job of doing that. And let's be fair, the Crown Jewel match between these two is absolutely gonna bang, isn't it? As we see the superstars enter tonight, though, it does seem like the Vision have a new logo, which is pretty cool, to be fair. It's very unique, it stands out, so it's good. And during one of the commercial breaks tonight, WWE had an interview with Paul Heyman, with Byron Saxton directly asking him, with your appearance in the corner of Brock Lesnar, are you and Brock back together? And Heyman just said, yes, Seth Rollins will defeat Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. He turned the question round completely and just didn't answer it. But interesting, man. WWE teasing it. Penta and the War Raiders were successful tonight in the first match of Raw, defeating the New Day and Grayson Waller, with Penta pinning Grayson Waller after a very sick avalanche Mexican destroyer. This match was no disqualifications, and do you know what? In my opinion, it brought a lot of energy. It gave something fresh and fun, and I'm okay with that. It was a good match. And you know me. New Day with 3 big hats. Well, that's it. I love this. 10 out of 10 for this segment. And then, War Raiders and Penta put them on. 20 out of 10. A potentially interesting talking point tonight, though. On commentary, Wade Barrett during the first match would say the learning tree. We've heard Corey say it again recently. Is it a tease of Jericho? I honestly don't know. I don't think so. But then we did this with CM Punk before and it turned out to be true. So we'll have to wait and see. The new Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vaquer, would come out tonight. And I really like this segment. She came out, she said thank you. There was no shenanigans. She got put over brilliantly by General Manager Adam Pearce. She got the pyro celebration. And that was it. It's so rare we get a celebration like this without any kind of shenanigans. So when they do it, it just feels really cool. Of course, we did find out Stephanie will be on SmackDown this week to see who wins between Tiffany, Jade and Nia to face her at Crown Jewel. Victory tonight for Bayley as she defeats Roxanne Perez. Bayley, though, mid-match did completely snap, seemingly taking it all out on Roxanne. And it seemed to be when Lyra got taken down. So that's interesting. With a character like this, you're always trying to find a reason and a trigger, if you will, for why the character snaps. Well, she continued to snap after the match when she pushed Lyra to the ground. Before the match, it was hugs all round, including one for Wade Barrett, who had never been hugged before by Bayley. But do you know what? We are really pushing this Bayley has two characters thing, and I really like that. Rusev would defeat JD McDonagh tonight, but the notable news is in the background here. Dirty Dominik Mysterio could have saved JD. Instead, he stood back, he watched, and he was retreating. This would bring out Finn Balor. Finn would obviously help JD here, and then the tensions once again between the Judgment Days, Finn and Dom. This has got to be the start of the end of the Judgment Day, doesn't it? JD was only in this position tonight because Dominik Mysterio put him in it. Dominik Mysterio doing everything he can to try to distance himself from Rusev. Rusev had previously already aggressively told Dom he wants that IC title, but to so blatantly not help JD McDonagh, I don't know how well over that's going to go with the other members of Judgment Day, especially Finn, right? Dom did confirm tonight, right, that El Grande Americano is back in Mexico, and I honestly think having all three El Grande Americanos working for Dirty Dom and being part of his group, as Dom calls himself the King of the Luchadors, would make so much sense, especially if we then enter the feud with Judgment Day. Obafemi will take on Trick Williams tomorrow night on NXT, title for title. This is gonna be huge, but we are expecting shenanigans. All the talk is we might get a TNA invasion tomorrow night. And that's why this is so interesting. On TNA's web store, they are now selling I'm Team TNA t-shirts. So, it looks like the battle lines are definitely being drawn. Will it be tomorrow night that the invasion kicks off? Massive problems tonight as the Usos are backstage and Jey Uso was frustrated. We found out that Jey asked for a match with LA Knight rather than a rematch with The Vision. Desperately, Jimmy Uso would ask Cody Rhodes for help, and Cody would sit down with Jey. But look at what Jey was looking at. During the segment, it was so obvious that Jey Uso was looking at the WWE Championship. Could Jey Uso, if he does turn heel, actually be the one to take the title from Cody Rhodes? Jey Uso would defeat LA Knight tonight, but it was The Vision coming out, distracting LA Knight. Now, Jey Uso was down. Not going to say this right off the bat, but Jey didn't mind taking advantage of that, and you saw afterwards the aggression towards the referee after he got the pinfall. Some blatant heel tendencies that just continued as the dog circled LA Knight. Jey would walk away, leaving his brother to come to defend LA Knight. It certainly feels like we are gearing up for that Jey Uso heel turn. How and when it happens, though, I don't know. You know what's crazier than a Jey Uso heel turn, though? The Vision got involved in a match, and it was not the main event of Raw tonight. Incredible. Penta has said that he wants Dominik Mysterio in the Intercontinental Championship. I'm telling you, Dom's gonna need more El Grande Americanos to face off all these challengers. If he can survive Rusev, the match is official for next week. And we know El Grande Americanos are going to be busy in a tag match with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Talking of El Grande Americanos though, Los Americanos had a whole video package tonight outlining their history on how people thought that they were long extinct, but now they are back, nature is healing, and I love these videos. Yes, they're AI, I don't care, they're meant to be goofy, that's literally the point. Who the hell are these guys? Next week, we also found out we're going to get the Usos versus Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed rematch in a tornado tag team match. Is this gonna be where Jey turns heel? We have to wait and see. Tonight's main event was Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. I love this because it's been building for weeks and obviously continued backstage tonight to lead to this match. Iyo actually asked Rhea to not do the match. Was someone actually listening between the doors, by the way? Definitely felt like there was definitely someone there, but whether it's just someone walking past, very hard to tell. Rhea would pick up the win tonight in the main event and then get misted by Asuka. So much so, she turned into a Smurf. There was a lot of mist there. The Kabuki Warriors would beat down Rhea, and then Iyo would come out trying to talk sense to her friends. Things looked good, but this is wrestling. Asuka turned on Iyo and ordered Kairi to do the same. And Kairi didn't say no. So presumably, we're going to get what? The Kabuki Warriors versus Iyo and Rhea at Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. That's my guess, right? Do you agree with that? I think this Raw was an absolute banger of a show, and it needed to be fair, after WrestlePalooza. I give it a very respectable 8.5 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, and I'll catch you as always next time. Peace!